Our team leaders will go. All right, let's go. So I'm Cadet Ricks, and I'll be briefing you on Operation Bobcat Lightning. So we are the first squad, 1st Platoon, Charlie, 1/5 Infantry. Our task is to attack and destroy Objective Phantom in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion decisive operation. Our main effort will be from Bravo team with the same task and purpose as the squad. Our supporting effort 1 will be the weapons team that is attached, and they will provide fire on Objective Phantom in order to support the main effort and suppress the enemy on Objective Phantom. Our supporting effort 2 will be the Alpha team, and they are tasked to secure Objective Phantom in order to prevent enemy influence on the main effort. Some key weapon systems: the Alpha team, Bravo team have the M249 and M320. Make sure those are clean, as well as the weapons team with the M240. So our area of interest is bound by the 37th Northing on the north, the 31st Northing on the south, the 17th Easting on the east, and the 10th Easting on the west. So in order to trace that, it goes from just north of Objective Reaper on the north, just south of Objective Phantom on the south, the High Mountain Range on the east, and the Benign River on the west. Some key things to familiarize with the patrol base: Objective Phantom and Route Camaro. And then our area of interest is a lot bigger. This goes from the 38th Northing to the 21st Northing in the south, 21st Easting, and to the 08 Easting on the west. There is a platoon of Zulu 10K attack helicopters to the south at Tatung Air Base that will fire on the ID of U.S. forces, a battalion or high enablers, and we can expect that in 30 minutes. We have a battery of Papa Lima 6.6 152mm howitzers spread out in AO Ronin, and they will engage identifying U.S. forces of squad size or greater in about 10 minutes. We have the mortar team of PP-87 or Papa 87 82mm mortars at Objective Phantom. They're firing during the hours of 0300 to 0800 and 1500 to 1900 in a time of 5 minutes. We have one motorized platoon to the east, and they will be triggered by the U.S. forces advancing along a main supply routes in the coastal region, and that could take about 40 minutes. And then our main concern of reinforcements is the enemy motorized infantry squad located just east of Objective Phantom, and they'll trigger on U.S. forces advancing to Objective Phantom, and we can expect that in about 15 minutes. We also have, for ADA, shouldn't be too much of an issue because of the weather in this scenario. So graphic terrain analysis. So some obstacles to keep in mind are the Benign River and the High Mountain Range, as well as some wire obstacles on Route Camaro. These are important because the High Mountain Range can slow movement and offer concealment, and the Benign River can also slow movement, and these wire obstacles will also slow movement, but they should not have an effect too much on our operation. So the avenue of approach, our first one is down through here, avoiding roads. Our second is along the High Mountain Range, and our third is along Route Camaro. The enemy, most likely, avenues of approach. We first have the enemy infantry squad coming to Objective Phantom. Then we have the mortar team exiting Objective Phantom. We also have the enemy platoon across the river coming to Objective Phantom, as well as the enemy recon squad coming towards Objective Phantom. And this is important. It offers a concealed and quick route, as well as a very fast route for us. Some key terrain. We have key terrain 1, which is the hilltop above Objective Phantom. This will offer a position for support by fire on Objective Phantom. We also have key terrain 2, which is the intersection near the enemy motorized infantry squad. Key terrain 3, which is the bridge along the river, and then key terrain 4, which is the intersection near the enemy recon squad. Key terrain 2, 3, and 4 offer key intersections that will provide benefits to the unit controlling them. So observation fields of fire. There is dense vegetation, but there will be some key IV lines, specifically the one from the hill on key terrain 1 to the Objective Phantom, as well as on the mountain range and other smaller areas in the AO. For cover and concealment, along with this, there's heavy vegetation, and which provides concealment from direct fire, but it will limit cover for direct fire and indirect fire. All right, some weather considerations. The visibility is going to be very low at night due to the low illumination percentage. This will favor us, but it will make our nods ineffective due to cloud cover. As well as it's going to be high precipitation percentage during this time, which will favor our dismounted forces and also limit visibility slightly. Like I mentioned earlier, there's going to be very high cloud cover, which will limit our use of nods at night, and the temperature should be comfortable, which will help us. A few civil considerations to keep in mind is there are 2 towns in the vicinity of Key Terrain 2, and we need to minimize civilian casualties in these towns. So the enemy, our company and our platoon are fighting the same enemy in the specific mission. And that is the enemy platoon with attachments. They are located here along with the enemy 2nd squad. First squad is located up here. They have 2 teams with the attached weapon systems. They're disrupting Route Camaro in order to provide early warning of U.S. forces. 2nd squad has the same task and purpose as the platoon headquarters, which is to occupy the village in order to control the civilian populace. 3rd squad is that enemy motorized squad we were talking about earlier. They are tasked to control the village and control the civilian populace. The attached recon squad is tasked to screen LPs and OPs in AO Ronin and alert the platoon of U.S. force movement. And the attached mortar team that we are facing in this case is tasked to disrupt the U.S. forces and support North Tuberine defenders on objective Bobcat, which is out of our AO. The most common weapon system for the enemy platoon is the QBZ-95, and the most dangerous is the QBZ-89, which is similar to our M250 cal machine gun. So the enemy unit that we are facing is the mortar team. They are at Objective Phantom. We can expect 2 QBZ-95s as well. Their task, again, is to disrupt U.S. forces in order to support North Tuberine defenders on Objective Bobcat. This is that enemy motorized infantry squad that is going to be a key player in our operation. They're very close into Objective Phantom. And some key weapon systems to keep in mind is they have that CSK with the QJZ-89, which is a very dangerous weapon system, as well as a rocket launcher and snipers. High value target in this for the mortar team is the Papa 87 and 82 millimeter mortar, and some high priority targets are the riflemen in the mortar team, as well as the CSK and the QJ7 and the enemy recon and the enemy infantry motorized squad. So a little bit about the enemy capabilities by warfighting function. Intelligence, they're very limited due to uncertainty from the air assault operation that was just conducted. This is a weakness for the enemy as we have more intelligence on them. Movement, they have fast movement on the roads given their motorized designation. This is a strength for the enemy as they'll have quick access to counter U.S. forces. Fires, this should be a strength to us because their IDF, while they do have it, they're not going to use it unless it's bigger than a squad size element. But if we do, we need to act quickly and on the objective. For protection, there's little reinforcing obstacles, but natural cover. This will be a strength to us because we can utilize this cover to sneak up on the enemy and act quickly. Sustainment, the enemy is fresh and well equipped as they constantly come back to this enemy motorized infantry squad to equip themselves and refresh. So they'll be energized, which will be a strength for them. And then command and control, this is a weakness for them as they are very dispersed in the AO and they are very uncertain at this time. Along with this, the most dangerous course of action for the enemy is if the whole platoon focuses their efforts on our engagement on Objective Phantom. So the friendly mission and intent, 2 levels up would be our company. Charger Company's mission statement is to disrupt enemy forces. Charger Company 1/5 Infantry disrupts enemy forces in AO Ronin no later than 2200 August 24 in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion sites of operation. Some key tasks would be to disrupt enemy operations in depth, retain maximal combat power and avoid decisive engagements, and reconsolidate platoons. The end state will be primary main supply routes and AO Ronin connected. The enemy disrupted without accurate knowledge, civilian casualties minimized, and friendly elements reconsolidated. Some adjacent units to our platoon would be, or to our company would be Alpha Company, which is to the west, and then the 2327 Infantry Battalion. Alpha Company is attacking to seize objective Bobcat in order to enable liberation of Southeast Torbria, and the 2327 Battalion is disrupting in order to deny enemy influence. Our mission, or the mission statement for our platoon, is 1st Platoon, Charger Company, 1/5th Infantry, disrupts enemy forces in AO Ronin no later than 2200 August in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion and effort. Some key tasks will be to disrupt enemy operations in depth and avoid decisive engagements similar to the company. Our end state terrain will be primary main supply routes in AO Ronin contested. The North Torbian forces disrupted without accurate knowledge, civilian casualties minimized, and the platoon reconsolidated. So our adjacent units, we also have the Alpha Company and the 2327 Infantry, as well as 2nd Platoon and 3rd Platoon, and they are disrupting in order to deny enemy influence on the vicinity of AO Ronin. This concludes my op board, paragraph 1. Are there any questions?